Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm going to introduce you to Otis. We got Otis about 2 years ago when we had lost our dog in the summer in July, and by about October we were ready to get another dog. So we put in an application to the Sheltie Rescue of New England, and we had to fill out an application, and one of the questions was whether we would take a special needs dog. And we checked that box thinking that after all the things that we had gone through with our other dog and his cancer, that we could certainly do that again. About a couple of weeks afterwards, we got a call asking us if we would take a Sheltie, and we said we would, and we went down to his foster home, and this woman had about 5 crazy Shelties that just barked all the time. Otis came out. He walked really slowly, and he had an overbite, and he just didn't really care about us at all. He walked around, he laid on his back, and I remember he was sort of scratching his back, and I touched him and he started barking at me, and that was our introduction to Otis. So we said we would take him. So Shelties come from the Shetland Isles in Scotland, and they are actually a breed that originally came from the Collie, but they bred them for the Shetland Isles because Shelties have the thick fur when it's cold out, and also they're very low to the ground. They're actually herding dogs, so if you're in a situation where maybe my husband and I are walking far apart, Otis will try and round us up and get us together. Another thing that Shelties don't really like is water, and Otis is definitely one of those Shelties. Our last Sheltie was crazy with the water, but Otis doesn't like the water, and we did take him swimming one time. We took him to a river in New Hampshire, and he can swim, but he would prefer not to. Otis does have a vocabulary. He knows a few words, and they will actually tweak his attention if he's asleep. His favorite word is cookies. Otis has lots of different personality traits. Whenever my husband comes home from work, Otis is on alert that my husband is going to somehow come in and attack me or something. So Otis gets up and he looks right at my husband and he starts to bark at him. Actually, Otis will do that on command, so I can just say, "Otis, what do you say?" He say, "Woof to Daddy." And you say it a couple of times and he'll do that. Sometimes my husband's upstairs and I'll be downstairs and I'll say, "Ruff, Daddy." And my husband will hear something's going on and he'll call downstairs, and as soon as Otis hears his voice, he just starts barking at him. When Otis gets really frustrated or mad at you, he looks around for a toy and then he starts playing with his collection of stuffed toys, which we call his Buddhas. His favorite one is Piggy, which has a few holes in, and Piggy's stuffing is beginning to come out. But he'll just shake the stuffed animal from side to side. One of the other things he likes to do is he loves to go and visit his grandparents, and I say, "Do you want to go see Grandma?" Now, if I say that and I don't mean it, then he gets really upset and he starts to cry, and a couple of times he's actually gotten between me and the door, so he's gonna go with me no matter what. So I can't leave him alone when can't leave him at home when I take him to Grandma's. The reason he loves going to Grandma's and Granddad's, of course, is because they give him cheese. The first thing that you'll notice about Otis when you first meet him is he'll come up to you and he'll look at you and he'll be interested, but he'll just stay there and he'll be very still when he's looking at you. And the reason that is because Otis is blind. He has a disorder called progressive retinal atrophy, which is a genetic disorder that is progressive. So when he was young, he had sight, and then he just progressively went blind. We actually don't know what degree his blindness is, so every once in a while we test him by running our hands in front of his eyes, and he sees nothing. Another sign that you'll notice about Otis and his blindness is no matter where he is in the room, he seems to bounce off of the furniture, and that's really so that he'll know where he's going. Otis is very, very friendly with other dogs, and he will chase after them. He'll run slowly, so you have to really watch him and make sure that there's nothing that he can bump into, such as rocks on the beach or branches for trees and things like that. Although he does navigate trees and things like that very well. We've actually taken him hiking in New Hampshire, and the terrain was very rocky, and I had to be the eyes for both myself and for Otis, and he did very, very well. Another thing that we're very amazed about is stairs. He has a sense with stairs, and we give a command when he goes to a stair, and we'll tell him stairs, and then he'll do little baby steps until he finds the stair to go down, and then he'll go down the stairs fine. Same with the stairs going up. You'd say stairs, and he'll lift his paw and he'll start the climb up the stairs. From the moment that we found out that Otis was blind, we have never had any regrets about adopting him. He's been a great addition to our family.